Welcome back to yet another fantastic episode of the Between the Hashes podcast. Getting ready to preview the Super Bowl. We are finally at the last week of pro football this year, this season. It's been an unbelievable ride for us covering every single game. But as always on the Between the Hashes podcast, joined by Braden Bankin, Brock Bierman, and myself, Dawson Livingston. Guys, Super Bowl week. You guys looking forward to the game? How are you doing? It's been a couple weeks since all three of us have been on here, but how's everyone doing?
The Seahawks are about to win the Super Bowl in Levi Stadium. I am in hell.
Yeah. Ditto. I'm honestly probably doing a little better than most weeks though. Given the recent news of coaching changes in the NFL and everything. I mean, Dawson, I will say I'm a little disappointed in your enthusiasm about the Super Bowl though. Yeah, I was expecting that, like, the enthusiasm level of like the random cameo The Rock made a couple years ago introducing the two teams in the Super Bowl where everybody was like, why did we need Dwayne The Rock Johnson involved with the intros of the Super Bowl? But
that was for, what was it, Rams Bengals, I think, right?
Yeah, that was the LA one.
Where you're just watching and all of a sudden Dwayne's on the TV and you're just like,
oh, it's Dwayne.
What movie is he promoting?
Yeah. Oh,
which
man.
Fast and Furious movie is about to come out? I lost track.
Right.
I guess I don't even know if he's a part of the series anymore. I just know at one point if he was promoting something, it was probably for another Fast and Furious movie.
Yeah.
Well, he probably was still promoting some sort of movie. Who knows? No way to know.
No way to know is correct on that.
But yeah, Super Bowl week.
Yeah, fantastic game between the Seattle Seahawks and the New England Patriots, a rematch of Super Bowl 49, I want to say. And obviously, that is I would say, the most iconic Super Bowl in recent memory. Everyone knows how that one ended with the Malcolm Butler pick at the goal line. Just an unbelievable game from start to finish. And now we get, I would say, part two, but I don't think any of the same players are on the team from then to now. So
anybody that calls it like a bona fide rematch is like, it's a stretch a little bit. I get the idea, like that name, the term rematch gets thrown out so easily now.
Right.
But like, yeah, oh my gosh. Malcolm Butler got an unbelievable contract because of that one play, and I still can't get over that.
That play gave him, probably like, what, $20 million? Just for the next Super Bowl the Patriots played in 2 years later, he was a healthy scratch.
Yep. And man, that game, now that you talk, now that I'm like kind of remembering about the storylines and everything going on around that time, we were talking about potentially the end of one dynasty and the start of another, and the Seahawks becoming the next like dynasty in the NFL for the next couple years, because was that 2 straight Super Bowl appearances for them there?
Mm-hmm.
They were defending champs.
Yep.
And I mean, heck, like, people forget how crazy the catch Doug Baldwin made.
That was Jermaine Kearse, but yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. I don't know why I was thinking Baldwin, but yeah. One of the craziest catches I've ever seen. And then that interception, which, by the way, if you have never seen, I'm assuming you guys have, but if you have never seen the hot mic of Tom Brady during that play, it is one of the most hilarious things ever. The dude sounds like a 12-year-old boy, which, I mean, I would be too if I was Tom Brady in that situation, watching my team pick off the ball at the 2-yard line. But it's one of the most hilarious things in the world. And the shot of Richard Sherman, it really, like, you could make an argument that game did end any hopes of the Seahawks becoming the next dynasty in the NFL.
Well, Seattle kind of self-imploded after that moment, because at that moment, Marshawn, the entire defense, just kind of lost faith in Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson. Because I think still to this day, if they hand the ball off there, they win the Super Bowl. I know he got tackled short, I think, the previous play.
It wasn't that pass. Was it 4th down?
I don't believe so. I think it was second, or maybe it was first.
I think it was second.
Okay. So, like, they could have Like I can't remember how much time was left, but I felt could have ran another play.
It was 26 seconds to go. It was 2nd and 1, 2nd and goal.
Yeah, you could have easily ran a couple plays. Like
And
even
I think Seattle still had a timeout. So.
Which, let's be honest, that was 2014. If that game was played today, Russell Wilson's lining up under center right there, and they're just pushing him in.
True.
They're putting Marshawn Lynch under center and just
yeah. Either way, it would have been like there wouldn't have even been a thought of putting someone in shotgun in that situation. I did see someone do a AI Photoshop thing. I don't know if it was AI. I don't know if it was Photoshop of like putting Sam Darnold in that situation and saying that the Seahawks or the Patriots have the chance to do the funniest thing.
Me and Braden made the joke. Was it last episode?
Whenever it was, yeah.
Yeah, our last recording that I said Alex Anzalone is going to get the Malcolm Butler pick in the Super Bowl to win it for the Patriots.
Oh my God.
No, what's going to happen is they're going to find themselves in that exact same situation. They're going to hand it off to K9. He's going to fumble.
Oh my God. That might be
then
worse.
Seattle fans could never talk again. Oh man.
Don't give Russell Wilson and Pete Carroll that ammunition. Don't give them that type of ammunition.
It'd be really funny though.
It would
be really funny.
That's your best case scenario as a Niners fan. Is just having Seattle losing the most heartbreaking way yet again.
I didn't even think about that.
Oh yeah.
Ooh. Okay, now I need I'm gonna end up looking at how many fumbles each running back for the Seahawks have had this year. Because if they've had like little to none, it's due. Because I mean, jeez.
Look at David Montgomery in the Liberty Bowl. It always happens.
What are you talking about?
It wasn't a fumble, but the point remains.
Still won the game. Barely.
Yeah.
There's
your time always comes to pay the piper.
Before we take a more in-depth dive into the Super Bowl, we did have 2 more head coaching hires that we're going to touch on real quick. We're going to talk about the Raiders head coaching hire first, and then we're going to let Brock pretty much have the floor with the Cardinals one to get his full thoughts and reactions. I almost said the Oakland Raiders. The Las Vegas Raiders have hired Clint Kubiak to become their next head coach for the Raiders. Previously was the Seattle Seahawks offensive coordinator. Before that was the Saints offensive coordinator, and then spent some time with San Francisco, Minnesota, Denver in his time in the NFL. Only 38 years old. His numbers with Seattle, high-scoring team offensively, 4th most yards, just a true dominant offense. Not revitalized Sam Darnold's career, because Sam Darnold last year was pretty remarkable, but certainly gave the confidence that Sam Darnold needed to make this deep playoff run. What are your guys' thoughts on Clint Kubiak becoming the next head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders?
I mean, this was pretty clearly the best option available at this point. I think he's been the best option available for a good while now. It's just been a matter of who was willing to pull the trigger, and there's not a lot that anybody's going to be able to do to fix this situation that the Raiders have right now. I mean, you do have the 1st overall pick, but like the rest of the team, minus Brock Bowers, maybe Genty if he hasn't had his confidence completely shot by that offensive line, and a aging Max Crosby. Outside of that, there's really nothing on that Raiders team right now, other than, I guess, I don't know, Brady's the owner or something, if that holds any weight, which it doesn't, but, it could. But if there is anybody that I think has a shot of turning that offense around, it is Kubiak. I mean, we saw, as soon as maybe it's more because they got Shane Waldron out of the building, but as soon as Kubiak stepped in to be that OC for the Seahawks, it felt like their offense just completely 180. Really, I like this hire. I'm struggling to figure out the words I want to use because I don't want to give any sort of props to Seattle because I don't like them. But I do think Kubiak will be a good head coach if they can figure out, okay, we have a guy to figure out the offense. Can we have a guy to figure out the defense? And I think that's pretty much been my opinion on like every head coaching hire. It's like whether it's an offensive or defensive coordinator, it's like, all right, you got your guy to figure out this side of the ball, get a guy to figure out this side of the ball, and we could maybe do something with it.
Well said. Yeah, I don't know if there's really much the Raiders, man. I saw someone tweet out a clip or something like that from Fernando Mendoza's interview recently about how he's got a taste of greatness now and he's addicted to it. And someone quote tweeted that video and said, well, don't get used to it because you're about to learn Las Vegas football. And yeah, I can't add any more that onto my thoughts on the hire that Braden hasn't mentioned. So I will kind of just say we'll see what happens. Because I mean, who was the guy that used to play for them that was like the interim and then brought on as the head coach a couple years ago?
Antonio Pierce?
Yeah. Like you remember like the like morale boost that he had like heading into the first full year as head coach, and they did nothing. Like they weren't even like good.
Max Crosby threatened to force a trade if they didn't re-sign Antonio Pierce.
So like
the full-time head coach.
It's proof that like sometimes some teams do need just that morale boost to really like hit your peak, and then some teams are just bad. It doesn't matter what you do. And in the Raiders situation, they're bad. So
speaking some experience, eh?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't even. Yeah.
I'm sorry, that was unnecessary.
Yeah,
I put it on a T though. I put it on a T.
I mean, come on, man. You know
I'll
me,
give you credit. I put it on a T. Jeez, yeah. I see. Here's the thing, though, and we can maybe talk about that. Talk about this after we talk about Arizona's head coaching hire. But I almost think, as much crap as I was just giving the Raiders right now, I almost think the Raiders' job is a better job than the Arizona Cardinals' job going into it.
It is,
but not even remotely close. That's why, like, I thought it. That's why it didn't shock me how long it took for Arizona to hire their head coach that they just hired today or recently here. This past couple days, because I'm not sure when this episode's getting posted, but because they have talent. The Raiders do have some like raw talented players. They just need they need to fill that quarterback position. I don't even think you need a once in a generational talent at quarterback to be like at least get them to the next level right now. Because I feel like yes, having a once in a generation quarterback will take you to levels that you could never imagine. But like you can still win with a good quarterback. You can still make it to the Super Bowl with a good quarterback, because as long as you got a guy that can somewhat decently throw the ball to someone, you're putting yourself in a good position. I mean, I'm not trying to say that Sam Darnold's been terrible this year by any means, but like Sam Darnold wasn't looked at as this once in a generational quarterback, at least in recent memory. Maybe when he was in the draft, getting drafted by New York, people thought differently, but now he's competing for a Super Bowl. And I mean, if they win, there's a good chance he could end up winning Super Bowl MVP, which there are a couple teams that would really lose it if he ends up doing that. But we'll see what the Raiders do in the offseason. But yeah, that quarterback position is priority number one for them, without a doubt. No matter what the pool is this year, they need to do something different.
The Raiders had the 31st worst points for offense, 31st ranked yards offense. They were 32nd in first downs. They were 25th in passing touchdowns. This is just a flat out terrible offense. Their one bright spot, I guess, is their pass defense wasn't horrible. They were like middle of the pack in pass defense, but this Raiders team had 2 games this year where they were held under 100 yards throughout the season. A week 7 game against the Kansas City Chiefs where they were held to 95 total yards, and then a week 15 game against the Philadelphia Eagles where they were held to 75 total yards. These are professional athletes. If you get held to under 100 yards as an NFL team, you got to make a change. And then with them bringing in Kubiak, hopefully they sounds like everything we know, Mendoza is going to be the first overall pick unless something drastic were to happen. But maybe he's able to develop Mendoza. But I think the real thing the Raiders need to invest in that offensive line is it is a would we say it's the worst in the league? It's at least bottom 5. Like I think you could make
up there.
You can make an argument. Some teams are just their offensive lines are so bad they just get put together in one group. Regardless of how you have them ranked, the Raiders' offensive line is easily one of the worst. And doesn't matter how good of receivers you have. I will always reference the Cincinnati Bengals meme where it is you draft Penei Sewell, you can throw to a receiver back in 2021, or you draft Jamar Chase, you can throw it to Jamar Chase, but Burrow's getting sacked. So if you're the Raiders, probably the best thing you want to do if you want to give Mendoza a legit chance to succeed is invest in that offensive line. I think the Raiders have like over $100 million in cap space this offseason, so we'll see what they're able to do with that. But I like this hire a lot. It's another one of those young offensive wizards that teams are just kind of gravitating towards. We'll see. He revitalized the Seattle offense, where Seattle is now a very dominant offense and is the reason why they're in the Super Bowl. But I'm a big fan of this hire. Do you guys have any other thoughts on this one before we talk about Brock's Arizona Cardinals?
We'll see.
Yeah.
I guess. It's the Raiders.
Yeah.
The Raiders are the Cardinals of the AFC West. Really.
You know what's funny is before you hopped into this call, I made that exact same comparison.
It truly is, unfortunately. The only thing though is the Raiders are still the Raiders. Like everybody knows that brand. The Cardinals are probably the most one of, if not the most forgotten NFL team potentially in the league.
There is a genuine argument to be made that the Arizona Cardinals are the worst franchise in American sports.
Oh,
at least four major ones.
I will co-sign on that statement. They are the oldest
Super Bowl appearance and one NFL championship in the 1940s.
I was about to say, yeah, they are the oldest NFL team without a Super Bowl.
Ooh, I did not know that.
If you count the Chicago to St. Louis to Arizona.
Cardinals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which they do. One NFL championship, but like even like you make arguments for like the Browns and the Lions, they each got like 4 apiece in the 40s and 50s.
Yep.
Like 60s.
The Mailman and Plummer era. Yep.
The Cardinals have one.
Yep.
One NFL championship.
They should have stayed in St. Louis because at least they could like co-sign on the St. Louis Cardinals name.
They could just hope you get the wrong Google search for the baseball team.
Yeah. Be like, I'm signing with the Cardinals. Oh, I signed with the wrong Cardinals team.
Mom, can we watch the Cardinals on the way home? No, we have the Cardinals at home.
Cardinals at home. Cardinals at home. It's Kyler Murray, Josh Rosen, just Colt McCoy, Trace McSorley. Oh my God! Which I mean, the
Zayden Collins, Isaiah Simmons.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude!
Don't even get me started with Isaiah Simmons. I've never been so misled in my life.
We were all hoodwinked, bamboozled, run astray, run amok about Isaiah Simmons, dude.
I felt like looking back, like trauma, like emotionally abused by that. Like I was told this is the change. Like I'm like
everybody saw like the 6'4", 240-pound, basically strong safety that could play every position on defense.
And ran like a 4.4.
This can't possibly fail. And then we realized, wait a minute, he has no true position and just got drafted to Arizona. He's cooked.
Yeah.
Yep.
Isn't he still in the league?
Yeah.
I think
he had a big play either in the playoffs or closer to the end of the season where
I feel like it was on the Giants
kick. There was like I think it was the Giants last time I saw for sure. he had a blocked kick somewhere in a game, and like it like won that team a game recently.
Carolina Panthers.
That's what it was. Didn't no?
How dare we question the local Panthers fan?
Didn't he block a kick in that playoff game that they lost?
Oh, he could have. Let me see.
That's what it was. Because I was like, oh, the Panthers like actually blocked the kick, and then I saw who it was, and I was like, you got to be effing kidding me. Like I was like, why? Out of all the players, it had to be Isaiah Simmons.
Yeah, I feel like we could do an entire episode of Arizona Cardinals trauma that has caused Brock Bierman over the years.
My David Johnson jersey is still hanging up.
Oh man, that is some dedication right there.
If nothing else, man, you got a haul for David Johnson.
Yeah.
Did that net you anything like positive after that? Not really, but you know what?
That one like cool Hail Mary against the Bills with DeAndre, that was kind of cool.
that was the Hail Mary was kind of cool.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? That 6-0 start was like the greatest thing in the world, and then it was. This is the 10th time this season that we have mentioned that start, or I have mentioned that.
And then AJ Green's controller disconnected in the back of the
game. We mentioned that on the Hardwood Convos too with Hunter, because Hunter's a Packers fan.
Yes. AJ Green's controller disconnected, and then the very next day, JJ Watt was like, "Oh, hey, by the way, I got hurt during that game, and I won't be playing the rest of the season." And I was like, "What was this entire offseason for?" Like, we did everything, because really, on paper, what they did was actually like really smart in terms of the championship window that they thought they had, but that window closed so quickly that it was like, damn.
That may have been the smallest Super Bowl window possibly ever. It lasted a whole 7 weeks.
It was crazy.
I got one, but it's a cross-sport comparison. Think of like the Brooklyn Nets when they had Harden, KD, and Kyrie. Not the year they lost the Bucks, but that immediate following season where it's like, oh my gosh, Kyrie, James Harden, and Kevin Durant are cooking. And then Harden's like, I want out. He's just like, I want traded.
I'll one up one. The Celtics, the first game after they signed Gordon Hayward.
Mm-hmm.
And guess who's a fan of the freaking Celtics?
You guys won the chip.
So like that year
wrong
for
era to
Christmas,
be a Celtics fan.
Dawson, you know exactly what I'm talking about as well. That year, like the Christmas before that happened, I asked for a Boston Ray Allen jersey, and they sent me a Gordon Hayward jersey. And I was like, why do I have a Gordon Hayward jersey? I tried to sell it. Literally, like 3 days afterwards, he snaps his leg in half. I'm like, well, I can't sell it now. Now this is lore.
I can't.
This is lore. I can't sell it. So I assume Dawson's pulling up the picture of how I MacGyvered it back into a Ray Allen jersey.
Love it. I love it.
I duct taped the back, wrote Allen on it. And it's like, yep, I'm going to school in this, and I'm gonna have a good old time.
Like again, the Celtics have won a championship in my life, and like me being a full-time fan versus like growing up and like seeing them win in 2008, which I mean, I like still know that entire roster, and stuff like that. But like, they did win that one in 23, but like, in terms
24.
of, sorry, I
know your Celtics lore, dude.
Dude, I have had to watch Luka Garza. It has felt like it's been.
He's cooking, dude.
It has felt like it's been 10 years since we won a title already, and it's been.
Garza's not even the issue, dude. Garza's cooking.
It's been less than 2 years,
and Luka Garza not just like reformed Luke Cornett.
He is so.
But like
I don't
3
care
inches shorter.
If he is efficient. I know this is an NFL podcast. We can. I don't care if he is efficient.
Listen, if you've been on the Between the Ashes lore for long enough, you know this is an NFL podcast. Technically, this is an hour and a half of just they let me have unlimited mic time. We're talking about nothing.
Yes, we're talking about everything but nothing at the same time.
That is a perfect way to describe this show.
Everything and nothing all at once.
When this show gets big, we're gonna make merch, and it's gonna say the show that talks about everything, but the show that talks about nothing. That's gonna be the merch.
It's
that
got
epitomizes
to.
it.
Yeah, that's got to be
Get
on
your
the
pre-orders in now.
That's got to be on the new
Yeah.
show intro for sure. That soundbite.
Get your merch at shopbetweenthehashes.com. Oh man.
But yes, so I have been a fan of some very short championship windows in my life, and the window is not open for Arizona, but I am happy with the new hire that they did in fact make for the head
Have we
coach.
even mentioned the guy's name?
Nope.
I don't think we have.
We have beat around the bush.
Spoiler alert. Mike LaFleur. I almost said.
See, you did the exact same thing I
almost
did
said
when I read
Matt.
the notification.
Mike LaFleur. I think it's Matt LaFleur's brother, but I haven't confirmed that at all.
It is Matt LaFleur's brother.
Okay, it is. So Braden tells me. He's the next head coach of the Arizona Cardinals.
Pretty sure that was in the Shefty tweet. I
Yeah.
could verify, I suppose.
Takes over for the Arizona Cardinals after Jonathan Gannon gets let go after 3 seasons. LaFleur previously spent the last 3 seasons with the Los Angeles Rams as their offensive coordinator, learning from Sean McVay. Before that, had stints with the Jets, the 49ers, and pretty much was under the Kyle Shanahan coaching tree, being with Shanahan from 2015 all the way up until 2020. I think he followed Robert Saleh out to New York to become the offensive coordinator when he was with the Jets. But obviously Mike LaFleur was with the Rams. Rams had Stafford, who was going to end up winning the MVP, as the odds makers say right now. Their offensive ranks, they were 5th in total yards per game, 2nd in total points per game, 7th in rushing yards, 1st in passing yards, 1st in passing touchdowns. Just an unbelievable season for the Rams, and was kind of the big reason for Stafford being elevated to that MVP level. Brock, I'll have you go second just because you have a lot more thoughts on this. But Braden, what are your thoughts on Mike LaFleur getting hired by the Arizona Cardinals?
I mean, he obviously, I can confirm younger brother of Matt LaFleur.
Okay.
So will be able to add that little wrinkle of the offense, is under the Sean McVay tree, obviously, as well. So as good as they were probably going to get for the Cardinals, who was last to hire their coach for this cycle, was also the last to hire their coach when they hired Jonathan Gannon. So this seems to just be a trend that nobody really wants to coach for the Cardinals. And as we kind of just monologued about for the last 15 minutes, there are plenty of reasons why.
Brock, what are your thoughts on LaFleur?
Welcome the 45th head coach in
45?
franchise history, not like counting pre-Super Bowl era.
Still, that's like a coach every 2 seasons.
I think it averages around 2.3 seasons per head coach. If I remember right, I don't think there's not been an Arizona head coach that's been extended. I could be wrong.
Yeah, that sounds right, because even Arians, I think, left for Tampa.
Because here we go. Gannon 23 to 25, Kingsbury 19 to 22. Wilkes made it a year. Arians was 13 to 17. Weisenhunt or something like that, or
yep,
I think that's how you pronounce it. 07 to 12. Green 04 to 06. McGinnis 2000 to 2003. So that's 7 people since 2000. And so that doesn't even get into there's a lot of 1-year guys. They're really good at the it ain't working out.
This ain't college basketball. This ain't the one and done anymore.
Yeah. Good Lord. Jeez. This is bad. Okay. But anyways, I'm actually happy with this. I've mentioned before, I don't even think they even contacted him, so that's why it doesn't really matter. But I actually wanted Arizona to look at Nate Scheelhaus, because it's going to be a long rebuild to even think about before you can even really think about the Arizona Cardinals competing in their own division, let alone the NFC. And so I would like to give a shot at someone that like has no head coaching experience, but yet will be a head coach someday. And maybe he can like really build a team the way that he's wanting to. Again, would be a slow workaround. Also, he's really young, but so is LaFleur. He's only 38, I think. And he's actually coming from the same exact team that Nate Scheelhaase is currently employed by. So I have no issues with taking a McVay protege on the offensive side. And the Cardinals needed someone for sure that had an offensive mind, because a lot of their games ended up being blown because of the offense, because the defense would be able to hold up for 3.5 quarters, but the offense wouldn't be able to do anything, even though they would throw 55 times a game. And now that they have signed someone that has a background of being a part of some really, really innovative and good offenses, maybe that will turn some things around. It makes me wonder what the future holds for Kyler and company. And but I mean, again, I wasn't expecting to get Harbaugh. I wasn't expecting to get McDaniels. I wasn't expecting to get any of the big names, as much as I would have loved that. If it was probably any other coaching change, I wouldn't have mind Brian Flores getting thrown into the ring for a candidate for a head coaching position, which did he not end up signing anywhere?
He ended up, I think, re-signing as the Vikings DC.
Okay.
And then
you know
kept
what?
his name in the ring for other head coaching jobs, I think.
Okay. That might be perfect for, again, some people are really good coordinators and sometimes it's not good as as a head coach. I think he was a good head coach. He was just in a really crappy situation in Miami. But that's for a different episode. But I'll take LaFleur. I think he's great for what Arizona really needed. Hopefully he can really tap into figuring out how he can really fix Marvin Harrison, because Marvin Harrison is broke right now. I don't know if it's morale. I don't know if it's skill base. I don't know if something happened like in the first couple years of the season. Injuries have hurt him as well. That's definitely one of the reasons. But like, this is not Maserati Marv that was just destroying everybody at Ohio State not so long ago. And I get that there's a difference between the college and pros, but like, this guy was talked about as pound for pound probably the best prospect in that draft.
Yeah, I will say if LaFleur can fix if he can fix Marvin Harrison, and they can find somebody to be like a decent quarterback,
Yep.
and they can get 60% of what Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua have been for the Rams, this Cardinals offense is going to be easily the most fun to watch since the 6-0 Cliff Kingsbury days.
Yeah.
Like, easily.
Yeah. They sucks that they freaking signed him to a contract extension. They need to find the replacement for James Conner sooner rather than later. I think sooner is even right now. It's too late almost in terms of like when they probably should have thought about moving on from him. But I think they gave him an extension last offseason or the offseason before. And when that happened, I questioned it. But yeah, quarterback is definitely number one. But like, yeah, if you can find, I mean, like Wilson played really well towards the end of the year. And Trey McBride's, you have, if anything, you have your skilled positions outside of your running back really figured out. You just got to, offensive line still needs work. They're probably in that little bubble of teams that like their line's just not that good. And then they need to figure out the run game, because you should, there's some players that it's okay to throw 45 times a game, but if you're relying on Jacoby Brissett to be throwing 45 to 55 times a game, that's telling people that your run game is irrelevant. Like it's non-existent.
Sounds like me and Braden senior year of high school with football, where we would throw the ball 60 times a game and then run the ball 4 times a game and just pray.
We didn't have a pass game.
We would throw the ball 60 times a game because we were losing by so much every time.
True.
To be fair.
True. Same with the Cardinals.
We
mean,
didn't even know what passing was. We ran it to the right, ran it to the left, ran it and just flipped it. Same play over and over again.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Our running back was also coming off of a torn ACL.
Yeah.
So,
hey, James Conner was not too long ago either.
Oh my goodness!
I feel like the Cardinals probably already feel like they have their replacement in James Conner in Trey Benson, but they kind of don't.
He shows up once a year, and it's like, is this it? Is this going to be not necessarily he's going to jump to stardom, but is this when he's going to start producing at a consistent base? And then
he is the Abu Sama of the NFL. He has these he has one game where he gets 150, 200 yards. It's like, all right, we're here. What we've been waiting for is finally here. And then the rest of the season, he matches that one game.
Abu Sama heard it snows a lot more up in Wisconsin, so that's why he ended up transferring there, and so he can have more snow games. And I guess Arizona needs to figure out what Trey Benson's snow game is.
Hey, Abu Sama kind of just is Braylon Allen, isn't he? That kind of just is him.
Yep. It's fine. Some people don't live up to the hype, and that's okay. And sometimes we overhype people because of storylines or personal connections or whatever it may be. But there's certain players that just because you need to at least get to some level of that build. And there's a couple players on Arizona that I feel like need to hit that next stride. And again, they got some really good players in the skill positions on the offensive side. The defense, they got some decent players. I'm just waiting for Buddha to get traded at this point for some reason. I don't even know why he wants to be there, if he even wants to be there anymore. I kind of feel bad they're wasting his career, but maybe they can build something. I don't know. But I out of all the things that could have happened for Arizona outside of Nate Scheelhaase signing with them as their head coach, which was never in the question, or never, not even considered. This is as good of a hire as they could have made, in my opinion.
I mean, LaFleur is only 3 years older than Scheelhaase.
Yeah.
And is in a much more qualified position right now to be the head coach.
Scheelhaase is definitely a little bit of I know that he will be a good head coach someday, as well as a personal bias or a personal connection type thing.
Right.
So why I thought about that. I mean, I think he's still being considered for a couple of head coach, or he was still being considered up to the last minute of a couple head coaching positions, but
he'll be fine. He's going to go be the offensive. He's going to move up to the OC for the Rams. They're going to have an insane offense, and this next coaching cycle, if there's any openings, which, I mean, there have been, 20 openings the last 2 years, so maybe not, but if there are
Arizona might be back in the race next year.
I would assume he's going to probably be a top candidate for any future openings.
Cincinnati. Let's put it out there now.
Oh,
yeah.
It's
Zach Taylor.
Don't even put that in the
Zach
air.
Taylor.
Oh.
So I saw a thing.
Scheelhaase would have killed for that because he would have been yeah, I'll do whatever.
I saw a thing. Zach Taylor's been with the Bengals for 8 years. This is going to be his 8th season in the NFL.
Yeah, you remember who he replaced, right?
Marvin Lewis.
Yeah.
At least Marvin Lewis had playoff success.
Cincinnati doesn't
extend has one playoff run. They're like, oh, we made the Super Bowl. And
Cincinnati
has not made
does
the playoffs.
Not extend their rookies, but they love extending their coaches no matter what.
I guess, dude. I guess. Kind of just to wrap up my thoughts on this hire, the Cardinals' offense, when you look at their first in passing attempts, 7th in passing yards, 7th in passing touchdowns, their passing offense was good, but Brock mentioned it several times. They threw the ball 50 times a game, it felt like, with Jacoby Brissett. Obviously, no Kyler Murray.
Jacoby Brissett to you.
Kyler Murray only played in 5 games this year, and that is the big question with Arizona: is what will they do with Kyler? Whether they're going to move on from him, what are they going to do with the quarterback of the future? Arizona does have the 3rd pick upcoming in this NFL draft. The mock I have pulled up is having them taking Francis Moyaga, the offensive tackle for Miami, which if you could sign a quarterback in the offseason, or maybe even take a quarterback in the 2nd round and have a solid offensive line, just like same with the Raiders. Once you establish that offensive line, you're going to make that much easier for your next quarterback. Then Arizona's offense could be a lot of fun. Like Braden said, it could be one of the more fun offenses we have in the NFL that isn't like a big juggernaut of a team.
Thanks.
Any other thoughts on the Cardinals hiring Mike LaFleur before we get into previewing Super Bowl 60?
We just had the Cardinals and the Super Bowl in the same sentence right there. I would like that to be noted in the record books.
These are the straws we are grasping at to feel something in Cardinals fandom, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. This is where the mighty have fallen to.
We were never mighty. We were mighty for 6 weeks.
Yeah. Even then, I have one more. All right.
Yeah.
I have one more question when it comes to this head coaching cycle. I don't know why I'm lagging, but
we still got you.
There we go. All right.
I hear you at least.
Who is your favorite hire from this head coaching cycle? Out of the 10 spots that got filled, with Harbaugh to the Giants, Minter to the Ravens, Stefanski to the Falcons. Like, for you guys, which one is your favorite hire? Which one is your least favorite hire?
Well, least favorite is Mike McCarthy. I mean, that is...
How does he keep getting jobs?
I couldn't tell you. Lying on his resume, apparently. Talking about he developed Joe Montana in Kansas City. That was a real thing that happened. But as far as favorite, I mean, there have been a couple of good ones. I mean, like Jesse Minter comes to mind. I know that was a really solid one. Yeah, that probably is my favorite. I mean, I made the comparison last recording. I don't know. I don't think it ever is going to see the light of day, but I kind of compared him to like a Mike McDonald light of sort. I think if that comparison stays true at all, the Ravens are going to be like, if the Ravens are not winning the AFC North next year, there are going to be some very uncomfortable conversations happening. That's all I'm really going to say about it.
Obviously it's Mike LaFleur.
Yeah, I kind of figured with that.
No, I actually really do love the hiring of Stefanski to Atlanta. Maybe I'm just delusional. I just feel like that guy did more with less in Cleveland so many times and was given crap. Like literally, like there's no way to describe like how that organization was ran with managing players, trading for specific players, and then being told, good luck. You have Myles Garrett though. Have fun. So that would be my pick. I can tell you who and it's not a head coach, but I can tell you who the worst hire is, and that's Detroit hiring Arizona's offensive coordinator to be their next offensive coordinator. I don't need to say much as to why I think that, but if they think that they just got an unbelievable upgrade from their position, boy, do I have a story for you. Watch the games.
I will say another head coaching hire that maybe not even necessarily the actual hire, but more the downfall that might happen afterwards. Todd Monken to go be the head coach of the Browns in a vacuum is already not a great hire. He's one of the main reasons why Harbaugh is no longer the coach of the Ravens. That in a vacuum is not great, but also the only other guy that had any interest in that job in Jim Schwartz, you pissed off so bad that he's probably not going to be your DC anymore. And that defense was the only thing keeping you guys relatively afloat. And now the captain of the ship, other than Myles Garrett, is gone.
Yeah. Imagine like a world where you're flying or like in a boat or in a helicopter or something like that, and you see the Titanic sinking, and you're like, you know what? I want to join that. And then like you just hop on, and or you hit the iceberg yourself too, and you're just like, we're going down together. That's Cleveland right now. It's the walking into the that gif of you walking into the apartment and the entire apartment's on fire or whatever. I don't know if you guys know what gif I'm referring to. Cleveland and Arizona, man. Those two franchises are just different on different complete spectrums of suck. Like as in like they are both are the top two teams in terms of finding ways to suck, but they are doing it for completely different ways, which is so funny.
Yeah, I think for me, one of my favorite hires, I really like Robert Saleh to the Titans. And maybe because they also hired Brian Dable to be the OC, so that gives me more faith in like Cam Ward. Because we saw what Dable was able to do with Josh Allen. I'm not saying Brian Dable made Josh Allen the way he is, but he certainly had a hand in making Josh Allen a fantastic player. But Robert Saleh was just thrown into an absolute dumpster fire with the Jets. And Tennessee has some assets they can do to improve that defense. They have some cap space. They have plenty of draft picks. And I really like what Robert Saleh could potentially do for Tennessee. And then my least favorite hire, I agree with Braden. It's just the Steelers rehiring Mike Tomlin. I mean, that's basically what they did. But it's like, oh, instead of focusing on defense and be mid on offense, we're going to focus on offense and be mid on defense. So that it just doesn't really move the needle for me. But I do like Braden mentioning the Todd Monken signing because no one's going to watch the Browns anyway. Like, unless you're a diehard Cleveland sports fan. Like, if you are a Browns fan, you'll watch every Sunday. But this isn't going to move the needle at all. I guess he was the OC for Lamar when he won MVP. But Braden mentioned it. He's also the reason Harbaugh got fired. So take that with a grain of salt if you're Browns fans. But I'm a big fan of the Robert Saleh hire by the Tennessee Titans. That will do it when it comes to the head coaching landscape. I think it's officially safe to say no more head coaches, at least right now, will get fired or hired, or because all the 10 spots are filled. And now we can talk about the main point of this episode, a calm 48 minutes in. But Super Bowl 60 is finally here between the Seattle Seahawks and the New England Patriots. Right now, Vegas has the lines at Seattle as a 4.5 point favorite. Guys, what do you think is the key to the game for Seattle to win this? And then what is the key to the game for New England to win this?
The key to the game for Seattle is to just play the brand of football you play. Let the dark side defense, whatever they call that, let them suffocate the way they've suffocated every other team they've played, really, other than the Rams. Let your offense just cook the way it has cooked everybody else. Just play the football you've played all season, and you will cruise. For the Patriots, I mean, let Drake May prove that he deserved the MVP. He has had some really good flashes this year. Granted, it is against a lot softer schedule than really pretty much anybody else in the league really had. But if Drake May can do some of the things that we've seen him do this season, and that offense can figure out how to move the ball on this Seattle defense, if the Patriots offense can score, if the Patriots offense can somehow make this a shootout, I do like the Patriots' chance.
Co-signing on the Seahawks, playing Seahawks football. They have been the most unfortunately the most impressive team consistently, I guess, all season. And really, some of their games you could make a couple changes to them, and the result goes the other way in terms of the ones that they've lost. I mean, heck, it took Jake Tunges to make an unbelievable catch in the back of the end zone in Seattle in week 1 for the 49ers to walk away with a win there. So, like, the Seahawks have always been they've always been competitive, and, like, I was in denial this entire season that they were a legit team, and here they are still not punching, knocking people out, and just suffocating them is a great term that Braden used earlier on how their defense plays. Like that, it's been very rare that you see an NFL team and an NFL defense that like plays such a suffocating way of like game planning for their opponents that like you watch 1 to maybe 2 drives as a fan cheering against the Seahawks, and you're like, there's nothing that my team can do to like adjust to really like get back in this game, compete or whatever, because Seattle like expects that, and then they make the adjustments for that, and then you're back in the same situation. This team's been really good. It would be kind of cool to see Sam Darnold win a Super Bowl. One of the better stories maybe in NFL history in terms of like it's not the same level of like Kurt Warner, who was like stocking groceries at Hy-Vee playing arena football, got signed, wins Super Bowl, but like this guy got torn down by media people for so long during his time in New York. And then he goes over to Carolina, if I remember right after. I think he got benched at one point, right? He didn't even finish that time there. Then goes to Minnesota, gets the opportunity to play, proves himself. Even then, the conversation was, should Minnesota re-sign him? The media still said no. Like, why? Like, it's Sam Darnold at the end of the day. That was pretty much their argument, was it's Sam Darnold. Which, given his history and his play, there's an argument to make that, like, yes, Sam Darnold has those situations where he just doesn't show up and plays really bad football. But this season, he's played really well at a consistent level, too. And so it'd be kind of cool to see him win a Super Bowl. But, yeah, Seattle playing, Seattle Seahawks football. And for the Patriots, really the only way I see them winning is if Drake May fully introduces himself to the world, not just hardcore NFL fans, as one of the future superstars of the quarterback position. This game is so underwhelming in terms of like the star play at the quarterback position this year. And it's a little bit because not many people know who Drake May is. Not many people really care about Sam Darnold. Everybody's expecting Patrick Mahomes, Jalen. Like, if you look at the last couple, the Super Bowls for honestly a couple decades now, Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Russell Wilson, like all those names are pretty big, borderline Hall of Famers, depending on how some of their careers pan out with some of them. I'm not.
Hold on a minute. There may be a polar bear in Arlington, Texas, in that statement you were talking.
Are you talking about Russell Wilson?
No, you said Jalen Hurts, borderline Hall of Famer.
If he wins if they somehow, the Eagles are in the situation that the Chiefs were in after they lost to the Buccaneers, dude. Everybody's doubting them and counting them out, and then
okay. Flag on the play.
Patrick Mahomes at least was still
he won an MVP. Hurts is not the same stratosphere as Mahomes was.
I get that.
Okay.
I get that. I think that they're going to have a big roster change at some of their offensive key positions. And I still think that he could have a career that could lead to a Super Bowl, depending on how it goes. Russell Wilson's not a Hall of Famer, in my opinion. So, but that's why I'm saying, like, names that, like, when they were in those games, people were like, these guys could be Hall of Famers when all is said and done. Russell Wilson at one point, wasn't that year 2 of his career? And people were like, good Lord, how many more times is he going to go to the Super Bowl? The Eagles, when they made all these appearances in the last couple of years, it's like, geez, how many more times can this team make it? And how many more times? I know that everybody hates the tush push, but like stats at the end of the day does contribute to your Hall of Fame candidacy. And Jalen Hurts is going to have a lot of rushing touchdowns by the time he's done playing, depending on how many more times this offense is able to get away with this tush push thing. Again, by no means that Russell Wilson and Jalen Hurts are on the same level as Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, Ben Roethlisberger. I'm trying to think of a quarterback from every matchup in the last decade or whatever. I think I may have actually done that right there. Matthew Stafford, like there. I've fulfilled the entire demographic of the last 20 years of the Super Bowl, basically. But getting back to what I was saying, Drake May needs to fully introduce himself to the entire world that he is a top 5, top 3 potential face of the NFL for future years, because that's the only way I see the Patriots winning. Because again, you got to find a way to dismantle the Seahawks defense, and I've yet to see it. And the thing that scares me is the Patriots really haven't played anybody this year that with a pulse as much as the Seahawks have. Seahawks have had to play some of these teams multiple times, and so and you look at their paths to the Super Bowl. I mean, like the Patriots got CJ Stroud playing literally the worst football ever. Then they got the Broncos without Bo Nix. Not saying that Bo Nix single-handedly would have led them to a Super Bowl, but they were also a fingertip away, I think, from the game being tied from a field goal that was tipped by one of their defensive linemen. And then the Seahawks, they played better competition, but also very injured as well. But like, I'd still take the Seahawks route over the Patriots in terms of impressiveness. So, Drake May needs to be everybody's calling him the next Tom Brady for the Patriots. So you might as well just fully embrace that and improve it. Even though you really look at Tom Brady's stats in the Super Bowl, not impressive for some of those games. Sorry, long ramble.
No, you're good. You're good.
We took a couple paths to get there, but we got there.
Yeah, I didn't. Now I feel like people are going to take it out the wrong way. I'm not saying Jalen Hurts retires today. He's a Hall of Famer.
That's not what I heard.
I apologize.
That's not what the power of editing says you said, buddy.
Yeah.
No. If he retired today, he would not be a Hall of Famer.
But if he retired tomorrow, maybe.
Then I'd think about it. Then I'd give him the Eli Manning treatment where I might think about it.
Oh, dude. He's a Hall of Famer.
Over Jalen Hurts, without a doubt.
He's just objective Hall of Fame. Dude, 1 second. Eli Manning is the reason Tom Brady doesn't have 9 Super Bowls, and I am thankful for that every single day.
Or is it
we need to respect that. 9 Super Bowls for one player is too many. 7 is even pushing it. But 9.
LeBron fan.
Dude, I don't want to hear that right now. We're not talking. This is a football podcast. It's not a basketball podcast. I'm just kidding. But you get what I'm saying?
Yes, I get it.
It's
I just
crazy.
have a hard time. See, that's why I wish I wouldn't have said Jalen Hurts. And again, it was just me trying to think of quarterbacks the last couple decades. Because I don't think he's even remotely close to Eli Manning. Nor do I think Eli Manning is really a lock for the Hall of Fame, personally. But again, then that also goes into, you can make, if he's not a bona fide Hall of Famer, you can make a lot of cases for a lot of players who are just stat people that aren't Hall of Famers either, that are sitting and waiting with Eli. And so that's a different conversation that we don't
We need to have a Hall of Fame episode this offseason when it gets slow.
Yeah, Hall of
Hall of
Fame or
Fame or
not
not.
kind of thing.
Yeah. You guys nailed it with Seattle. Seattle doesn't need to change a single thing when offensively or defensively for that matter. They annihilated San Francisco in the divisional round. Even like special teams played a huge factor in that. And then special teams played another huge factor in the NFC title game. I know they didn't really force a fumble on that punt on the return by the Rams, but they were able to capitalize and they scored on the next play with a touchdown pass to Jake Bobo. So Seattle, give you as long as you give the ball to JSN and K9 a lot in the Super Bowl, offensively you shouldn't struggle because we haven't really seen Seattle struggle all season long. I think their lowest point total for them scoring the entire year was that um, week 18 game against the Niners. They scored 13 points, but that was just an ugly defensive game from start to finish. And then their next closest is where they scored 18 points. Or no, they scored another 13 against the Niners. I guess the Niners held them to 13 points. I didn't realize that. And then, but no, as long as they don't change anything on offense, they can just keep humming along. My thing I want to watch out for is everyone's talking about Seattle's defense, which rightfully so. Seattle's defense is very, very good. Not a whole lot of people are talking about New England's defense, and I know we could say the cupcake schedule allegations, which is a fair critique, but they are able to force a lot of turnovers. They forced, I think, 5 turnovers in the game against the Texans, forced a turnover against the Chargers. They forced 2 turnovers in the Broncos. This is a team that likes to force turnovers, get the ball back, win the turnover battle, which could be huge because Sam Darnold, while has played fantastic this year, does have 14 interceptions in the regular season. Not a terrible amount of interceptions, but it's not nothing. He throws a pass every once in a while where he gives you an opportunity to intercept the ball. So watching that for the New England's defense will be crucial for them. And then for New England to win, you guys mentioned it. If it's a 13-10 like defensive battle, I would find it hard to believe that Seattle loses this. It would have to be in the high 20s, low 30s for New England to win this. And they have the playmakers where they can make this a shootout. Ramondre Stevenson, some nice power back, and they can change it up with Travion Henderson. Out of the backfield, Stephon Diggs has been playing well. Mac Hollins has been given some spots. Kayshon Boutte has been playing remarkable in some opportunities. But that's really the only path I see that New England wins this. If this is a 27-31 ball game or a 28-34 touchdown in the last minute or so. And I know Drake is battling. I think he has a shoulder issue. I don't think it's like super severe, but it's not nothing. And same with Sam. Sam's got that oblique injury that he's probably going to be. All these guys are going to play for the Super Bowl, but it might hinder some performance for both guys. So that'll be something to watch. But for New England, I don't really see a scenario where this is a defensive slugfest like they have one in the playoffs thus far. Again, you guys mentioned that they played Jared Stidham, they played Justin Herbert, who is a notorious playoff bad performer, and they played CJ Stroud, who looked like he was pulling a Sam Darnold and seeing ghosts out there. So it's tough to really take into account the quarterbacks they face, but all that to say, this team does force turnovers, and Sam's prone to throwing a couple interceptions every once in a while. But yeah, I find it hard to believe that New England wins this in a lower scoring game. And then finally, we're gonna get into our Super Bowl picks, our official scores, and then who we have winning Super Bowl MVP. Braden, I'm gonna start with you. Who do you have winning this game, and who do you have winning Super Bowl MVP?
I think it's like a 75-25. I think that the Seahawks win this. Give me Seattle to win in a, let's go 21-13. Give me K9 or no, give me JSN as the Super Bowl MVP.
Okay. I think the last time we've seen a wide receiver win was Cup, right?
Yeah, that would make sense.
It's been Hurts, the Mahomes. Yep, Cup is the last one. So Brock, what about you? Who's your Super Bowl pick, and who is winning Super Bowl MVP in your eyes?
The score is the thing I'm having an issue with, really. Because, like, I'm trying to decide if I really think there will be much scoring. Or if... Because I have Seattle winning. I'm trying to decide, though, if Seattle's offense is going to show up. Is the kind of thing I'm trying to debate upon. And there's not many games that finish under 37 points in Super Bowl history. I feel like for some reason I'm wanting to go 20-17. Like, I'm not sure why I'm leaning towards that. And I feel like that's like really dumb to go that route, but I'm definitely thinking it's going to be like a 3-point win, but low scoring. So like 20-17, 23-20, something like that. But I'll stick 20-17. Give me Seattle to win it, and then give me anyone on the Seattle defense to win Super Bowl MVP. Just anyone. Just because I don't know. It's really hard to predict like a specific defensive player to win Super Bowl MVP. So just give me a defensive player for them, whether it's sacks, whether it's they force 2 interceptions, a pick 6. I mean, heck, a pick 6 and a 20-17 Super Bowl almost solidifies you as a Super Bowl MVP frontrunner for sure.
Reek Woolen with a 2-game swing from absolute hell. Goes from almost getting cut on the spot in a win to
That'd
Super Bowl
awesome.
MVP.
But yeah, that
pick 6 to win it.
So yeah, 20-17. Give me a Seattle defensive player to win the MVP, and Seattle wins the Super Bowl.
You both have Seattle. Interesting. Brock, you mentioned you have a defensive player winning Super Bowl MVP. Since 2000, 4 different defensive players have won Super Bowl MVP. Those being Von Miller, Malcolm Smith, Dexter Jackson, and Ray Lewis. So it's not uncommon.
Malcolm Butler didn't get it.
No, and
I know
Super
it's
Bowl,
not like I guess like the
Brady
MVP is
won that
over. It's over stats, not necessarily like one play. I guess that's sorry.
No, you're good. But Brady won the Malcolm Butler interception one. I, for whatever reason, I think I like New England. And it's not just to go and spite out of you two. I just feel like Seattle has gotten so much praise, so much hype. And it's not that they haven't deserved it because they played awesome this year. But everyone's been poo-pooing on New England, it seems like. And I feel like, I don't know. I feel like Drake May is going to, like Braden said, show why he should have won the MVP instead of Stafford. I expect a big Drake May performance. Give me 31-24 New England with Drake May taking home the Super Bowl MVP. And again, I'm not super confident in that pick, but I just feel like too much of the love is on Seattle right now. And while New England has flaws, New England has that game changer at quarterback. I believe in Drake May. So give me the Patriots.
FanDuel has defensive a prop bet whether there will be a defense or special teams touchdown. Yes is plus 235. I feel like that's really like not that.
Those are
like,
terrible odds.
That's what I'm saying. Like what is going on in the script writing of? To
be fair, Seattle had that kick return touchdown, and I think New England.
That's probably what they're banking
Marcus
on.
Jones. He could break a big one off for a punt return or a kick return.
Honestly, I was about to say like dark horse Super Bowl MVP Rashid Shaheed. Honestly, is not out of the realm of possibility. Especially with JSN almost certainly getting the Gonzo matchup.
Yeah. Has JSN thrown a pass before?
Are you looking at that one prop bet?
I'm just looking at random one. I'm like,
But like, give me a couple deep threats and a return touchdown.
yeah.
I
But
can
like
see it.
interception return for a touchdown is plus 490. Any player to record 2 interceptions is plus 980. So
I don't even know the last time that's happened.
I don't think it's ever happened. That's the thing. I actually don't know if it's ever happened. Maybe it's had to have happened, I guess. Maybe not. I don't know.
Yes, it's happened multiple times, actually.
Oh, okay.
It's happened 12 different times. Rodney Harrison was the last one to do it for the Patriots. And then Dexter Jackson, who won Super Bowl MVP with the Bucs when they annihilated the Raiders. Yeah.
Where am I where is what color the Kool-Aid, not the Kool-Aid, the Gatorade's going to be and all that stuff?
Kool-Aid.
Oh.
All right, man.
Because purple's due, man.
Oh, here are the odds for the Gatorade. Orange is the favorite right now. Plus
Boo.
225. Followed by yellow. Then blue, purple, red/pink, and then water. If you bet water, you're a sicko.
There's been one recently. I know that was water. I gotta look it up.
Since 2015, blue has won the most. Blue has
Yep.
been 4 times. Since 2001, though, orange has been the most common. Yeah, there's been 4 times where it's been clear. So
it had to have been a Bill Belichick led team. It just had to have been a Bill Belichick.
Okay, I have the list.
That
so
does
last
feel
year
like
was
a
yellow.
T12.
Last year was yellow. The last 2 Super Bowls for the Chiefs were purple. And then it was blue for the Rams, blue for the Buccaneers, orange for the Chiefs, blue for the Patriots, yellow for the Eagles.
Bro, people sleeping on purple, man. Grape is the best Gatorade.
Oh, man, there was just a lot of
Oh, dang. Clear one 4 years. The 4 times is 4 years in a row. Patriots, Steelers, Colts. Oh, my God. Tom Brady, Ben Roethlisberger, Peyton Manning, and then Eli Manning. Of course, it's those guys. The most boring people in the world.
Honestly,
and then you have the Patriots in 04 with none.
Yeah. Honestly, if you wanted to bet, if you believe like myself the Patriots are going to win, betting blue or clear is not a terrible side bet.
I'd go red if it's the Patriots.
If you're going to bet Seattle, bet orange because apparently it was orange the last time they won. But that was also 11 years ago or 12 years ago, and it's an entirely different team than it was 12 years ago.
Give me purple.
Purple? Braden, what Gatorade color do you think's happening?
I don't know, man.
They feel so bad that green.
Give me yellow. Screw it.
Yellow?
They feel so bad that green is literally never chosen because no one drinks green Gatorade that they just pair it up with yellow.
Like lime. Like, have you ever the lime cucumber one?
I have not. I've heard.
I've had it once.
Really
hot take. Hot take. It's not bad.
I've heard some people really like it, and I've heard some people think it's
awful, dude.
It is not.
So you guys literally just proved it.
No, I will say, to be fair, I did not know that it was lime.
That's the mistake I made.
I can't remember actually. No, now that I think about it, I did know it was lime cucumber. I just saw it in the gas station, and I saw lime cucumber. It was there's no way this tastes good. Surely it has to be okay for it to exist. I grabbed it. My mistake was expecting it to be more lime than cucumber.
So the reason I ended up drinking it one time was I thought it was the green apple Gatorade at the gas station.
That too, yeah.
And then you open it, you take a drink, and you're like, "What the heck did I just consume? This is not green apple." Then you look at the label, and it's like, "Oh, this isn't the worst thing I've ever tried."
I grabbed a what I thought was a grape, funny enough, grape Gatorade, and it was one of those G2 random flavor that made no sense, and I because I didn't. it probably wouldn't have had the reaction if I would have known what it was going into it, but like I like almost spit it up because I didn't know what it was. I was so thrown off. And I ended up throwing it away because I was like, this ruined my day because I was expecting one thing and I didn't even get close to that.
I will say the Gatorade like ice or what, like fierce whatever, the Riptide Rush is elite.
Yeah.
I do like what's it called? Glacier.
It's like a hazy purple.
Hazy. Okay. I actually I think that was the one that I had. And again, it was more of because I was just so thrown off. I was expecting one thing. And for me, doing like my mind, I can't do that. Like if I expect one thing and got something completely different, I can't finish like a drink or whatever it may be. I don't know why. That's just my own issue. So I might need to try that again because I think that's what it was. I just was not expecting it.
No, yeah, it's definitely not grape, but it is good.
Yeah, Glacier Freeze is another one but like that's the only reason I got used to that one is because like it was like in every vending machine and they refused to put anything else on Iowa State's campus. It was like Glacier Freeze and like one other, and I was like, no. Don't get me started about them only putting Grape Propel in their vending machines. That's the worst.
No, it's fire, dude.
No, that is the one I can't do. Is not grape. No, berry, just the berry.
Oh, berry's okay too.
It's the only flavor they put in though. Strawberry kiwi is the greatest Propel flavor of all time.
That's the green one, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, hot take, the lemon one, the yellow bottle Propel, they only sell it at gas stations, I think. I don't think you can buy them in bulk.
Is it like lemonade?
Kind of, but it's a good change up.
I think
I like strawberry kiwi, I like grape, but
I have converted people because people are like, there's no way strawberry kiwi is better than the ones that they're putting in the vending machines. It's like, dude, like a cold strawberry kiwi after like either a hot day or working out, it's like, it's the best thing in the world.
Yeah.
There's
you
your
looked like you were going to say something there.
I was thinking about it, but I used to be, going back to just like regular Gatorades, I used to be a lemon lime Gatorade hater because I used to be in the camp of like, if you're going to get a lemon lime something, there are so many other things you can get other than Gatorade. But then I tried a lemon lime Gatorade. I was like, thoroughly
ice
wrong.
Cold. Oh.
Yeah. I was incredibly wrong, and I will admit that.
Braden, Dawson and myself, whenever we were over at our grandparents' house, their back fridge never had Gatorade. It was filled with Powerade.
Yep.
It was Powerade only. And like,
it's because it was 88 cents for the giant 20 ounces.
And like when you would stay over there for a week, you would drink only Powerade. Like I couldn't even tell you how much sugar I probably would consume in terms of just Powerade itself during those weeks when my parents were on vacation or whatever it may be. But like I tell people like if you don't know the difference between Powerade and Gatorade, Powerade is such a thicker, like it tastes like it's syrup, really. It's not a drink. It tastes like syrup. Don't get me wrong. There's every once in a while I'm like, you know what?
Nice grape Powerade.
It would be great. But like I can't do that anymore. It's a lot, really. Good Lord. Gatorade, Powerade, Propel,
Body Armor.
I love this show. Body Armor was good for a while, and then like I got kind of tired of the flavors.
Then you realize it's like 90% coconut water, and it's like I don't really care for coconut water.
It was all right.
I still like Body Armor. I don't drink it very often, but every now and then if I see like they used to like the Mamba edition, whatever, the purple one. If I see one of those like in the cooler or whatever, or like the Zero like peach mango, I think it is.
Yep.
If I see one of those, I'm like, you know what? Let me grab that.
You got to be in the mood for sure for a Body Armor. Like it's good. But now Prime. I'm kidding. No. I've never actually have had Prime. I just wanted to see what your guys' reaction would be.
I like Prime.
I have had it a couple times. You have to be in the mood. It is incredibly sweet,
Okay.
like nauseously sweet.
I'm shocked I haven't ever had one. Like
If you're gonna drink one, drink the red, white, and blue, like the ice
bomb
pop.
pop. Yeah, the ice
Yeah,
pop.
that one's fire. And then there's another like blue ice one.
Yeah.
That one is also good. But the last thing I want to bring up before we close this episode off, obviously with the Super Bowl, it's known for obviously the halftime show, which we won't really talk a whole lot about. It's Bad Bunny, in case you guys lived under a rock. But
I didn't know he was a singer. I thought he was just a professional wrestler. I hope that joke landed with some people that watch pro wrestling, and how great I delivered that line too.
But the other awesome thing about the Super Bowl is we get some of the funniest commercials and just like some of the most iconic commercials. For you guys, what is your favorite Super Bowl commercial? As our last question, we'll close this episode off. What is your favorite Super Bowl commercial that you remember watching?
I don't know if I can describe it in this era. Have you seen the Doritos commercial where like the guy's
Which
eating,
one?
The guy's eating Doritos while his wife's getting an ultrasound done,
Yes.
and like he's like moving, like the baby's following the chip, and it ends with him like her like hitting the bag away, and the baby like decides that it wants to come out and get the Doritos, and she goes in favor. Like that's one of my favorite ones ever, because it's like you don't have any idea what's going on until she's just like, ah!
Oh man, that is a good. I forgot about that one. Braden, what about you?
I don't know. I feel like I remember like always kind of thinking the Super Bowl commercials are kind of like corny. I don't know. Maybe
That's what's fun about them. It's the
Yeah.
one time they don't care about what they do.
I don't know, man. Very rarely, if ever, have I ever been advertised to, and I'm like, yeah, no, this is fun. I'm a fan of this.
You weren't a fan of Puppy Monkey Baby for Mountain Dew Kickstart?
No.
See, okay.
Maybe like the first 2 times it was like, okay, that's kind of funny.
As someone that does
But, like-
a bunch of like not corporate, but like organizations, corporate, sports, whatever, marketing, branding, where you have to follow the same cookie cutter formula of like call to action, get someone roped in using this simple formula. I kind of like it because it's like not traditional. None of it hooks me on any of their products, but like and like anyone that thinks that's what they're trying to do is, yes, it would be great if you could get hooked on their products based off of those commercials. It's just brand awareness. Because look, you're still talking about Puppy Monkey Baby all these years later.
How many people even remember that was a Mountain Dew Kickstart commercial and not just a regular Mountain Dew commercial?
I
feel like
did.
not many.
You know what's funny? I have a college roommate who, as a joke, did that Puppy Monkey Baby commercial for a marketing paper and had to go in-depth detail on why Puppy Monkey Baby was a good marketing campaign for Mountain Dew Kickstart. So that is why the only reason I remember that is a Kickstart commercial.
Another Doritos commercial. Do you remember when the kid like made the fake time machine?
That's probably mine.
And
if I had to pick one, that probably would have been mine.
And he just hugs the old man at the end. He's like, "It's the future." And I'm like,
I'm gonna see if I can pull that one up in case anyone does not remember what we were talking about.
You can get us kicked off YouTube, dude.
Oh, will I if I play it?
I don't
Probably.
If I play it on
an ad cannot possibly get. We're literally giving Doritos free advertisement right now. Not that they
That's
need.
True.
Not that. Listen, if you're watching this podcast and you don't know what Doritos are, dog.
If you don't know what Doritos are, I got something for you.
I'm about to change your whole life,
dude,
man.
And then M&M's always usually have a good one. I remember the one where like they were trying to promote that there was like no like coloring on the outside of them. It was just the chocolate, and like the red M&M like pulled his like layer off or whatever. It was when like the LMFAO "Sexy and I Know It" song was popular. You know what I'm talking about?
We are treading a line here somewhere.
That was the era. That was some good ads, dude. The thing I am looking forward to, if there is a good thing of what's left of the Super Bowl commercials of that era, because I'm telling you right now, a lot of them are going to be AI generated this weekend, and I'm not looking forward to that as someone that makes advertising, marketing stuff on a daily basis. I hate that AI is a big thing. Side note, shout out Pepsi for calling out Coke the last couple of weeks. If you haven't seen the commercial, you will on Super Bowl Sunday. Unbelievable thing by stealing Coke's polar bear and making it CGI and not AI. But anyways, the AI stuff is gonna destroy it. I completely now am fixated on that. I'm not looking forward to that. The good thing though, bunch of movies usually release trailers during it, and as someone that is kind of looking forward to some movies, like Dawson knows I'm a big Michael Jackson fan. His biopic's coming out this year, so I'm wondering if they're going to drop a new trailer of some sort involving that. The Odyssey is coming out this year, and then I think there's a couple other movies that I've been looking forward to. So hopefully they drop some trailers this weekend. But yeah. Did you watch the Eminem commercial? Is that what you were giggling about, Dawson?
No, I have a list of some guy who actually went in-depth detail on the top 25 best Super Bowl commercials of all time.
The Bud Light one? What's up?
Yeah, that's number one. That is number one. The Betty White Snickers commercial in 2010 is second. God. The Apple, I didn't know Apple. It's 1984. I'm not counting those ones because that's not funny.
Oh, it was probably it was the first Mac commercial. Yeah. I did a research paper on that.
The McDonald's commercial of Jordan vs. Bird playing pig for the McDonald's. That is an iconic commercial.
I didn't even know that was a Super Bowl commercial. I thought
didn't know either, but it's on the list. That's an iconic one. The Where's the Beef lady from Wendy's. That's up there. Another Budweiser commercial. Budweiser's a lot of these. Oh man.
Yeah, they always do a tearjerker, like ones that like make you cry.
With the horses, yeah.
And apparently they're back this year. I haven't seen the ad yet, but some people have said it got dusty for them while watching. So I do love those. Those are always great.
The one commercial I always remember, and I don't even know if this was a Super Bowl commercial, but it was the NFL 100 like commercial where that like a fancy party, and then like you get all the cameos of all the different NFL players, and they're all chasing after the football. I think that one's really cool.
Yeah,
that's one. I don't know if that's a Super Bowl one or what that one is exactly.
Oh my gosh, they did a. It may have actually been right around the same time the 49ers and Chiefs first played the first time in the Super Bowl against each other, when Independence Day did a reboot or whatever, and they like replayed or did something with the national anthem and like showed it again, and like that's when like the aliens attacked or whatever. And I was like, it was so well done, and maybe I'm misremembering and it's not actually as good as I remember it, but it was so well done that like I was confused. I was like, wait, why is the anthem going on? And then all the stuff happened.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, it's an ad for the movie. But if someone can do that this year for an ad for a movie or something, that'd be kind of cool. Just stop with the AI slop. That's please.
No AI slop and no 2022 Tubi ad. The one where like it cut to them like cutting to back to the game, and then it switched off of that like the broadcast. And like every bartender in the country got like assaulted that day because they thought we were changing the channel. Yeah, don't do that.
Oh my god, I forgot about that one.
That pissed I didn't mean to say piss. Sorry. That made a lot of people
mad.
Yeah, it made me mad when I'm like, what? Who's got their? What the heck? And then you just immediately like 5 seconds later, like, oh, it's a Tubi ad. It's like, oh, cool marketing, I guess. Now I hate your product. So thank you for doing that.
I'm never using your product again.
Thanks for the heads up on that. I think we're pretty good to wrap it up, unless you guys have any other final thoughts on this on Super Bowl 60, which is, I say it, but I don't really. It's not
It
comprehending in my
doesn't
mind.
feel real.
No, because
Wait.
it doesn't feel like that long ago where we were watching Super Bowl 50 between Broncos and Panthers, Cam
This
Newton
is
versus Peyton
60?
Manning. This is Super Bowl 60.
Ay, Chihuahua.
Funny enough, Super Bowl 50 was in Levi Stadium. Super Bowl 60 is in Levi Stadium. So, funny moment.
That may have
It
been the
feels like-
last Super Bowl where I was like the least interested. Because like, I mean, I guess the Cam Newton versus Peyton Manning thing was fun for like 5 minutes.
The one thing too,
Feels like maybe like 3 years ago when we had the Madden Mobile Super Bowl 50 promo.
oh my goodness.
The black and gold promo.
Did you guys have huge leagues in your
Yeah.
school with Madden Mobile?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, we would
We-
sending
You would get
texts to
kicked
each
if you
other.
weren't good in ranked seasons.
Yeah, or like when you do cross league battles
Yeah.
or whatever, like, dude, use your drives, blah blah blah. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
my buddy Chase and we have that conversation whenever a handful of times a year we go to like B-dubs for BOGO Thursdays just for fun, just to hang out. And like at some point we always end up talking about Madden Mobile and how fun that used to be. And then EA ruined it like they do with everything.
Shout out.
Well, it's like they do with every game. There's your 90% of the population, and then there's the whales.
Yep.
And knowing EA, they're going to get whatever money they can out of the product.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that will probably do it for the Super Bowl preview / NFL coach head recap, like to all the signings that we've had over the last 3 or 4 weeks. We should be in store for a fantastic Super Bowl between the Seahawks and the Patriots. I think it's on NBC at 5:30. So make sure to tune into that. We will have not an immediate post-game reaction, but we'll have a reaction within the few days after, obviously, to give our final thoughts on the 2025 NFL season. And we'll kind of look forward to the offseason because Super Bowl Sunday's here on this upcoming Sunday, but obviously Combine is happening at the end of the month. Free agency will happen a few weeks after. Then that's where the ball will really get rolling for the offseason. But here's signing off on the Between the Hashes podcast for Braden Bankin, Brock Bierman, and myself, Dawson Livingston. We are signing off.
You like that?